show no fear. Get up if y'all really care. Get up, still a beautiful idea. Thank you for letting us be ourselves.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the possibly the second part of the 2014 A season for the WSVR BTCC, and we're here in the capital of the United Kingdom, that is London. I'm Ron Squire, one of your commentators for this evening. Hopefully, more people will join me later. And as you can see, we have a little bit of an overlay change. The font for the overlay has changed. The overlay layout has changed, including we got some grand spanking new features there, including re-announced logo selections, and as you can see, the transparent Dream Motorsport Sports logo in the top right corner. Okay, so back to business. We're here in London, where the as you can see from Joshua Anderson's bumpy lap through there, London has gone without the chicanes. This was usually a actual conversion from the Need for Speed Shift mod. So we'd like to thank Electronic Arts for that, and the people who converted it. With this community sponsors, and a little bit of the technical skills. And due to this, they decided they used this circuit with the chicane in previous years, but due to the drivers saying that we don't want the chicane in there due to it slowing down, they decided to opt out for the chicane. They removed the chicane, and they only put a little surface underneath it, which is basically not going to produce the same amount of grip or smoothness as they used to be. So that's why they were jumping and bumping through there, but everyone is fine through there. And already we have seen some fast times. First of all, from Kevin Mass, who's got a 1 minute 21.7, currently in the lead at the moment. Behind him is Christian Bram and Chris English. Alan Mead is in fourth. Fifth position at the moment is, I believe, is a new boy to the racing here today. I don't think he's a new boy. He's basically he basically raced here before, but no, he didn't introduce himself. Possibly it's Nicholas Pobadnik, if I can pronounce that name right. Next behind him is Andy Horton, Max Spooner, Alex Muller, Jan Titz, and Pascal Jostans. That's your top 10. Joshua Anderson is in 11th, with Simon Crane in the other M Sports, in the first of the M Sports, down in 12th position. Chris English just gone across the line just now, only 9/10 off the pace from Kevin Mass. Let's go on board. We're on board with, I believe it's Christian Bram, just behind poor Badnick. Yep, as you can see, they're going through the bumpiness of that corner, because that's where the chicane used to be. Poor Badnick just went through there, very, very wide, but Christian Bram is keeping it steady there. And Christian Bram at the moment is currently in second, that's why he's keeping it calm through there, and poor Badnick isn't, that's why Bram is in second place, and more Badnick is currently in fifth. And as you can see, in place of since we got the new fonts, we had a little bit of technicalities with, and there was basically no use for the track temperature one, so we decided to put in the personal sectors time. Now this is personal sectors time is for that man we're currently on board with at the moment. The fastest sector time below is basically for those who basically have got the fastest sectors. Which ones has got the fastest sectors? And of course, everywhere else it remains unchanged. We're still on board with Christian Bram, who's behind Paul Badnick, who's been held up by Max Spooner as they go around go back onto the embankment. Yeah, and oh, see, that's what happens when you can't when you crash around London. You don't do well here. Okay, so we're on board with Christian Bram. We're going down the embankment. The bumpiness of where the chicanes used to be before going into Westminster Corner. Going into the plaza. The plaza district. Going down the back street, I believe, into the Odeon, I think, complex, before going on to the Waterloo Bridge, and this one is basically one of the longest straights on this circuit. Yeah, I think it is compared to the embankment, because the embankment is one longer curve straight. This one's just a corner before going through onto the diamond hairpin and then going back onto the embankment. And Christian Bram stays in third position. Let's go on board now with Chris English. Now Chris English had a very strong showing back in Brands Hatch 2 weeks ago. Now I should mention this is the half points drop, so basically if anybody scores a win here today, it's usually around 10. It's usually you get the highest points, but then there's half those points today compared to previous races. So what you get usually before the half points drop, you get half the points here today. But the weight rule remains unchanged, and so forth and so on. We're still in practice, and we're still waiting for the announcement to come through that we're maybe about to go into qualifying. And we're having a little bit of a duel between both the Racing Association cars, both the Vauxhall Insignia Racing Association cars of, I believe, hold on if I can just... What are they doing? Yeah, that's Kevin Mass in the main Racing Association car. He just pulled out in front of Andy Horton, and Andy just managed to get past him. And Kevin Mass all over the place, despite having the fastest lap time. And there we go, that's confirmation. 2 minutes before we go into the qualifying session. So please join us back in a sec or so. Okay, everyone, we're just about to go into the qualifying session now. Just need to wait for the right man to get out here in the pit lane. Okay, and the qualifying session has begun with Kevin Mass going out on track first. Now remember, the qualifying rules remain unchanged despite the half points season drop. Let's go on board with him. Now Kevin Mass has got loads of weight on his car added from previous races, but he's still fast regardless of what weight limits that he is on, as he's going his way through the Plaza complex. Coming up to the cinema complex, I think, around Odeon. Then he's going on to the going around Waterloo Bridge. And look how far he is from the next car behind him. Kevin Mass never ever hesitates, he just goes at his own pace. And he's going to start his first lap just behind Josh Dant now. And Josh Dant is flashing his lights. Why is he flashing his lights? Unknown to him. But anyway, Kevin Mass is going through the first corner now, got us slightly wide, but that's okay at the moment. He's gone through the speed trap at 225 kilometers per hour, which is just around 100 or so. Sector 1, he's just posted at 23.7 seconds. That's where he is through his first sector. Going into the cinema complex. Now this is where around the second sector lies, and that it ends. And he's going on the Waterloo Bridge, which is possibly the end of the second sector. 30.9 seconds through the second sector, and as the yellow flags go out, nowhere where. But never mind about that at the moment. We're still on board with Kevin Mass. The yellow flag isn't going to disrupt his qualifying run. He's going to go across the line to set the pace for pole position, which is a 1:22.457. That is his time. Anyone behind him going to beat him? Simon Crane just goes across the line first, 3.3 seconds slower than Mass. Tets is the next one to cross the line, and he's only about 4 tenths behind him. Chris English, 2 tenths behind him. Or is he? No, he's faster. He's faster. He done a 1:22.225. That is outstanding pace from the reigning BTCC champion of 2013. He's really going at his pace right now. Let's have a look at someone else. We're now having a look at. Oh wait, that's Kevin Mass again. That's the young tits. Matthew Lewis just completed his time only 9 tenths off the pace. Poor bad Nick already posted his time. He's currently in 6th, and Husfeld has taken over English's lap time. There he goes in his really fast P1 gaming Citroen. Did a 1:22 dead. Daniel Hahn is just going onto the Waterloo Bridge now. Is he going to try and lock out another front row for the P1 gaming crew? And remains to be seen. He's only 5/10 off the pace from Hutsfield's time. So with a speed like that, I guess he'll be going around 3rd or 4th. If he's faster than Maths, Tits or English. And Bram just completed his time, only 4/10 off the pace from pole position, but just in front of Kevin Maths. And Hahn has just got in front of Christian Bram by a mere couple hundredths of a second. That is outstanding pace from the Hungarian, as he's just in front of Kevin Maths, completely obliterating his time. Now have a look at let's have a look at someone else. So now looking at Joshua Anderson in the quarter mass racing car, which is currently is currently used by Max Spooner, but Joshua Anderson is now in the quarter mass racing car, usually driven by Ike Ruding at the beginning of the season, but Ike Ruding has disappeared. Anderson has been promoted, and so on and so forth. Currently in 14th. That is not good for Anderson, as we've only got about 9 minutes remaining in this session. So here is a top 10 it looks like at the moment. Hutsfield leads ahead of English, Daniel Hahn, Christian Bram, and Hahn has actually improved on his time. He is now got a 1 minute 21.6. So both P1 gaming cars lock out the front row at this moment in time. We're now looking at Max Spooner in the other quarter mass racing, just going into the final corner, which is onto the embankment. And his goal is to get into the top 10, and he does so by a mere couple tenths of a second from Alan Mead. So 8 minutes to go. Here's the top 10. Daniel Hahn is leading ahead of Hutsfield, English, Bram, Mass, Tits, Lewis, Horton, poor dad Dick. Sorry about that if I spelled that name wrong. And Max Spooner. Muller is in 11th, Mead in 12th, Crane 13th, Dostan 14th, and Anderson lies in 15th position. Spooner just went through the first sector, and he is basically only about 900ths of a second slower than his time. And mistakes like that could really ruin his lap. There we go, he's ruined his lap again. He's only about 600ths of a second slower, but only about 1/10 slower through the second sector. He's going wide again. Never ever go wide in this circuit. Now that is too much in, but he's alright at the moment. And he's basically 1/10 slower through that sector, and he's just right gone out in front of a lagging Mr. Pascal Jostant. We now have a look at poor bad Dick, who's just behind Simon Crane as they go into the Plaza complex. And that drift though, going around the back straight now. Just over 6 minutes or so remaining left in this qualifying session. Looking good so far. Yep, 6 minutes to go. And Hahn still got the lead, and Hutsfield has got the second place. Both P1 gaming cars are on the front row at this moment in time. Masters another lap, doesn't seem to improve on himself. Only 6/10 slower than Hahn's time, as basically poor Badnick just basically not helping himself around this circuit. He's completing his time now. No, wait a minute, he's starting his lap time. He's currently in 9th position. Still behind Silent Crane as he goes over Westminster Bridge into the Plaza Complex. Only about 500 of a second slower from the 10th position time of Simon Crane, which is just in front, which is just behind. And Simon Crane has just exited the track. But Badnick is still on his lap time, hoping to improve on his. He's currently in 9th, with Horton just in front of him, so there's Matthew Lewis, Jan Titz and the rest. Herschel just completed another time, only 2/10 slower, and Paul Badnick's just gone over, and he's just in the first sector. He's only about 4/10 faster than the 10th position time, but he is 1/10 faster of his own time. Is he going to improve whilst he goes through the embankment? Can he improve on his lap time? And the answer is yes. 4/10 faster, but though he's only gone up into 6, 9/10 slower off Daniel Hahn's time. As we only got about less than 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. We're now on board with Christian Bram. We're going to do another lap in a bid to get to the top. And surprisingly, his teammates missed. Oh, he's making a mistake there. Yep, he's gone back to the garage. Now, surprisingly, his teammate, Mr. Michael Pushman, isn't able to be here tonight due to personal commitments. Another man who isn't here tonight, I should give him a shout out to him, wish him well, is Mr. Roy Wisner. He was involved in the car crash yesterday, and he's currently in the hospital, and we wish him and his family the best at this difficult time. But his teammate at the moment, Mr. Jim Self, is unable to be seen on this track. Hopefully he can join us soon. At the moment though, we have only 15 cars on track, from Hahn to Anderson. That is it so far. Less than 3 minutes to go. And we're looking at Mr. Kevin Mass on another lap of his. 3/10 slower than Daniel Hahn through the second sector. He's improved on his time through the first sector by 0.02 of a second. He's only slower than his own time through the second sector by 1/10. He needs to put in all the efforts if he wants to get back up to the front. This corner might prove if he's going to be faster or not. Is he going to get pole position? No, he doesn't. He remains in 4th position. Hahn and Husfeld still lock out the front row. He's only got about a couple of minutes left to do so. So Kevin Mass, if you want to get yourself pole, you need to do it within these last couple of laps that you have. Chris English has basically backed out of an attempt, or is he going? Or he does have another attempt, but yep, I think he is going out. Is he going to go out? Yep, he's going out. But that's not the way how to do it. And just right in front of Matthew Lewis, that is really unsafe release for the gravel trap racing car. And just right between the duo of Joshua Anderson in the quarter mass and Christian Bram in the Rockstar racing car. So basically that was Volvo power against BMW power against Ford power against Mercedes power, and just in front of Citroen power, and hopefully just in front of Vauxhall power. We're now into the last minutes of the race. Daniel Hahn still leading, and Husfeld is actually sewing his car on track because he wants to get. I don't know if it's just me, but or is he going to go back to the pits? He's either going back to the pits or is he going to try to go for a good run. Yep, he's speeding up on that one. He's trying to go for a good run for his final lap, and he's just made it. He's just made it across the line to do another lap with only about less than half a minute to go. So Husfeld currently in second. He wants the pole for his own, but Daniel Hahn has currently got it at the moment. So we only got out into the last 10 seconds left of the qualifying session, as we now have a look who's going to take that time. Okay, so the qualifying session has ended. Let's see who will be the first to cross the line. Paul Badnick has just done his time just now. He's gone up into 5th, only 7 seconds off the pace from Daniel Hahn. Who is next going to come across the line? I believe, yep, there he comes. It's Andy Horton. What time is he going to do? He's currently in 9th position. Which time will he do? He still remains in 9th position, only about 5 seconds from 10th place. Maybe the time is wrong. Next is Kevin Math. Is he going to improve on his time? No, he doesn't. He still remains in 4th position. Jan Titz comes across the line now, and he goes into 7th. Simon Crane still remains in 11th position. Who is next to come across the line? We only got Hutsfield, English, Bram, Lewis and Spooner to come across the line. So who will be the next to come across the line? Here comes Hutsfeld. Is he going to get pole position from his teammate this afternoon? Is he going to take pole position? And the answer is no! He's only off by 0.4 of a second. What bad luck for Matt Hutsfeld. Daniel Hahn has got pole position unless Lewis, Bram and English can spoil their party. Here comes Lewis, 8th position. No, and English is still in 3rd position. Hahn has gone across the line as well. He's currently in pole position. Next is Max Spooner. Is he going to improve on his time? No, he's backing out of it. He's going into the pit. So as a result, both P1 gaming cars have locked out the front row. English is in 3rd, with Kevin Mass in 4th. Paul Badnick is in 5th. Christian Bram in 6th. Jan Tit 7th. Lewis is in 8th. Andy Horton is in 9th. And Max Spooner rounds out the top 10. So what an exciting qualifying session did we have there. So we're just going to take a little break. We're just going to take a break for now, and yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll get ready for race 1 when we do. Don't go away. We're not going to do interviews in this time because unfortunately, due to unpopularity with the interviews, decided not to do the interviews before the race. Hopefully after any of the races. So we'll take a break and we'll see you before race 1. Don't go away. Right guys, I'm back. Unaware what's going to happen next. So everyone is now going out on their formation lap. Okay, so currently at the moment, Daniel Hahn is leading ahead of Matt Hutzfeld. So this is the formation lap. I was going to do a new feature called the grid, but unfortunately, due to a little bit of time limitations, we have to do it the old-fashioned way for now. Okay, just for now. We'll do it in the next race once the results have been revealed. So Daniel Hahn is leading at the moment with Matt Hutzfeld in second position. Then we've got Chris English is in third, fourth is Kevin Mass, fifth is Paul Badnick, sixth Christian Bram, seventh Jan Titz, then it's Matthew Lewis, Andy Horton, Max Spooner, Simon Crane, Alan Mead, Alex Miller, then it is Josh Darnt, Anderson, Hahn, and basically that's it. So we're just waiting for them to go around the corner. So basically the half points drop starts here in London for the next 5 races of the half points drop for the final in July at Brands Hatch. Han flashing his lights for some reason, but oh, he is getting onto the grid now. Just wait for everyone to line up, and everyone is basically mixed up there. Get into position. And that is the most unusual position everyone is going to line up in. But we are ready. And the first race of the half points drop here in London is... Lights out, the way we go for 15 laps here today. Both the P1s got a good start, although Chris English has really pulled the P1 racing cars apart. So does Kevin Mass as they go into the what was the chicane complex. Everyone is spread evenly as they go through the first corner. There is carnage behind. Everyone has made contact. That is not going to go down well with the stewards, because remember they are in the red zone, which goes up all the way to the Plaza complex, which is basically if anybody reads what the red zone is, basically nobody is allowed to overtake or even make contact in the red zone. Everywhere else can do just that, and the red zone is only in the first lap, so everyone is okay through there. But though basically they have overtook and a little bit of crash cover in the red zone, and basically that is not on. So Daniel Hahn still leading, but will Chris English spoil his party? And the first lap has been completed. Daniel Hahn leading ahead of Chris English, Matt Sussfield, Lewis, Spooner, Mass, Bram, and so on. Right guys, I'm just going to leave the commentary box for a sec, because we'll just give me a sec. We'll have some things about commentary for now, and I do apologise for that, but I just need to go for a sec. Please don't go away. You can still watch this, though, just about commentary, okay? Welcome back, everyone. I am back after a long time away for a bit. But anyway, we are back. We're only just gone into, I believe, lap 6 or 5. No, not 6 or 5. 7, yes, lap 7 of this 15 lap race, the first race around here in London. And Daniel Hahn is still leading ahead of Chris English in second, Matthew Lewis in third, Kevin Mass in fourth. Kevin. Where is Kevin Mass? There he is in fifth. Sixth is Paul Bandnick. Then it is Simon Crane and Christian Brammer fighting each other for 7th place. As we're now on board with Simon Crane. Christian Bram giving him no opportunity at all to pass as he goes around the Hottie's hairpin. Down into the river embankment corner. Let's go further back. Let's see if there's any battles going on at the moment. Any close battles. And it doesn't seem to be. We've only got 2 timers already in the form of Max Spooner and Alan Mead. So those ones have retired already. Let's go back to the front. There's a longer, hard battle for second place between Hertzfeld, Lewis and English. Daniel Hahn has got not a care in the world. He's still in front. No pressure. No, all the grip in the world. He's still going. And basically he's loving it. Comes Daniel Hahn to do another lap. And he's done the fastest lap of the race in 1 minute 21.818. Alex Miller is the last man running at the moment. Joshua Anderson is in 12th. Gustan in 11th, Holton in 10th, Bram in 9th, Titson is in 8th, Paul Badnick is in 7th, 6th is Simon Crane, 5th, Mass, 4th, Hertzfeld, 3rd is Lewis, 2nd is English, and obviously Hahn is in 1st place. So let's have a look at the battle between between the 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Because those ones are the most closest battles at the moment. Well, actually, the closest battle we have at the moment is basically the battle for 7th place. Between now Paul Badnick and Bram. Well, actually, it's Tits and Bram. Because Crane has already gone ahead. So there's Paul Badnick. Paul Badnick has already been overtaken by Crane. Only 5 laps to go. In fact, I've got an idea. I can just do just a little bit of an off-topic. I might as well do the interviews after all the races. That way, everyone has the chance to go in there. That will give me more time to do the grid feature. Right, so we only got about 4 laps to go, and there's a quick battle between Nicholas Pobadnik and Simon Crane. Those two are having a go at each other, to and fro. Crane has succeeded on top. Mass still struggling at the moment. He's still in 5th. Husfeld is really close now to English to get past him. Husfeld is determined to make it a P1-1-2. He just has to get rid of English in the last 3 laps or so of this of race 1 left. And he's got this opportunity now on this straight. And then now, and yep, he's made the overtake. Oh, wait a minute. They've gone wide, they're both touched, and he's lost a little bit of traction. Chris English remains in 2nd, but it's becoming a really close battle, and Lewis is having a go at him now. Going around the outside. And he succeeded. Lewis has succeeded in front of Husfeld, but Husfeld may be having none of it, and Mass is catching him as well. All to play for in the last 3 laps of race 1 here today. Husfeld makes a dive on him, but he's been pushed back a little bit from Lewis, and as Muller just goes off a little bit there. Husfeld really close to Lewis. He's got to make a dive on the inside, though Lewis might shut the door a bit. And oh, he's made a huge mistake there. Lewis has made the mistake, and as a result goes into the barrier, and therefore his race possibly might be over. His podium chances are gone. But though he's basically Husfeld has only got about 2 laps to go to catch English. But Hahn, who's only just gone across the Westminster Bridge now, is coming up to a back marker in the form of Joshua Anderson in the quartermaster racing. Chris English, Matt Husfeld and Kevin Mass are now gone across the bridge as well. Matt Husfeld is really determined to make it a P1 Gaming and Racing 1-2. He just needs a little bit of strength through these last couple of laps. And Kevin Mass is giving him all the pressure in the world that he can give him. Husfeld is trying his very best to get past him, and he's feeling the pressure from Kevin Mass as well. He's getting really close here on the streets of London, as we believe that Daniel Hahn is only just about a couple of meters away from the line to start his last lap of race 1. There he goes. Only 1 more lap to go from Daniel Hahn's point of view. As we're now going to have a look at the top 3 as they're going to start their last lap now. There's Kevin Mass. Matt Husfeld is really close. He needs to get past English within this curve, this corner of the track. He's going to go on the inside. Is he going to try for it? He touches English a bit, but that's lost a little bit of time. English might be able to take 2nd place here if the reigning champion can defend from the ongoing Hungarian, and he's going again on the IMAX, and he's made the move. He's made the move. Is it going to stick as Max Spooner retires from the race? Is he going to make the move stick? I believe so, yes. So Max Hertzfeld has already now gone into second place as Daniel Hahn comes across the final corner, the river corner now, to take possibly, I don't know how many wins he's taken at Knockhill, but he's taken another victory here today, here in London, and it's well deserved for the Hungarian. Absolutely well deserved. As Hertzfeld is now going to come across the line in second place, or does he? Because English is really, really close. Yep, Hertzfeld is in second place, English is in third, Mass comes home in fourth position. Fifth place will go to Simon Crane and Nicholas Pobadnik. Then it is Titz, Horton, Graham, and rounding up the top 10 is Mr. Matthew Lewis. Coming across now is Pascal Jostant in 11th place. And Josh Anderson's lost his front wing there, below I think Jostant may be the last man to cross the line now. Yep, he's coming across the line now, and Jostant is the last man to finish. So congratulations to Daniel Hahn for his win today. And yeah, thank you very much, and join us back in a sec when we go to race 2. Don't go away. Right guys, we are going into the formation lap for race number 2, and joy of joys, I've got the grid setting up, so instead of going through various cars, I just thought I might as well show you different cars of what they will be. So if I could just go to take this screen off, and here is the grid. In pole position we have Daniel Hahn, and it is Matt Husfield in second place. Chris English is in third, with Kevin Mass in fourth position. Fifth place will go to Simon Crane, ahead of Nicholas Bobadnik in sixth position. Jan Titz is in seventh, with Andy Horton in eighth. Christian Bram will line up in ninth place, ahead of Matthew Lewis, rounding out the top 10. Remember, these cars are actually those who have done their race results, but though they're the same one as the grid one. Okay, so going below 10th place is Pascal Jostant in 11th, Joshua Anderson in 12th, Alex Muller is in 13th, Max Spooner in 14th, and Alan Mead, of course, rounds out your grid for today. So we're just waiting for everyone to finish their laps, well, basically the lap, if I might say it. So everyone is just getting onto the grid now. So we're just waiting for everyone to get onto the grid. So the second race here at London is lights out, on the way we go for 15 laps. The P1 cars have got a dreadful start as Chris English goes into the lead already, ahead of Simon Crane. Will Kevin Mass get into third place, and to be known as all cars spread out as they go down towards the Westminster corner. Anyone? Let's see. And Simon Crane has already gone to the lead. We just found out. Simon Crane is in the lead of the Grand Prix here in London, just ahead of Chris English. They're both P1 cars of both Daniel Hahn and Matt Husfield. Because Andy Horton is in fifth. Sixth is Nicholas Bobadnik. Then it is Titz, Bram, Anderson, Mead. We've just gone into Anderson there, and whoa! There as we complete the first lap of the Grand Prix here of the basically the race 2 here today. Simon Crane leads ahead of Hahn, English, Husfield, Horton, Bobadnik, Titz, Bram, Spooner, and Mead rounding out the top 10. And basically a little bit of an accident from Simon Crane. Let's give the lead back to Daniel Hahn, or does he? Yep, Daniel Hahn has retaken the lead. Chris English goes wide. He did have an opportunity to pass him, but was failed to be. Simon Crane is now into second place. He's still trying to catch up to Hahn. But the most important thing, where is Kevin Mass? There he is in 10th place. He's really gone back, hasn't he? Between Alan Mead and Andy Horton. No, that's not Andy Horton, that's Max Spooner. And by the way, we just have received news that the Swift Motion of Jim Self is also in this race. So sorry for not mentioning him earlier, but though he is in the race, and yeah, just managed to get into the race. Hoping to pay respects to Mr. Roy Wisner, who's currently in hospital following a car accident yesterday. On board with Horton, just right behind Nicholas Bobadnik. He's really close up to him. And the Antits and Horton is really having a go at each other. And Horton may have got the inside line, but though he doesn't really quite stick it. The battle for first is really heating up between Danny Hahn is actually in the lead, but the battle between second place is really heating up between Crane, English and Huddersfield. It's like this earlier, and I think he's about to do the same here again today. Huddersfield, is he going to make the move on Simon Crane? He's going on the outside, not the ideal overtaking spot. Going on the inside now, he doesn't really take the opportunity to get through him. It's really heating up between the battle between English and Crane, isn't it? Because Huddersfield is actually looking back to see if any of those two make a mistake. If they do make a mistake, then that means that Huddersfield can improve on this time. And oh, nearly looked like he was being pushed there, but though he's fine there. Only 10 laps to go. Huddersfield is really keeping an eye on this battle between English and Crane. But Mass has a little bit of other issues to contend with at the moment. He's nearly been pushed there by, I believe, it's Max Spooner from the Quater Mass motorsport car, and Mass has lost it on the exit there into the IMAX complex. So he's coming on the 10th place is Christian Bram. Sorry for loss of voice. Basically, see, this is why I like to have a co-commentators in the booth, because I do get tired from time to time and I don't know what I'm talking about those times. Always leaning too much there. And English, I think, is actually closed up to Hahn, because Hahn has been given loads of weight on his car due to him winning the race. He has, I remember, that extra 45 kilograms on board. And basically, Crane is really close to English now through that corner. There we go. He's made made a mistake. Is still in second. Crane's really close to him. Asfeld is keeping on behind him. Morton is having a battle with Bram. He's now officially pushed Morton down to 8th. No, in 9th. Moon is in 10th. Mead in 11th. Jim Self is in 12th. Joss Allen 13th. Muller 14th. Anderson 15th. And Lewis down in 16th. Is worst position at the moment. Sorry, dude, excuse me. still second in first. And oh, Haswell's made a mistake, and oh, he's taken out poor Batnick. Batnick is not going to like that, but he has moved up in position. Haswell is not going to like that at all. So it's really changed things at hand for P1 Gaming Racing Team. Daniel Hahn has once again pulled away a little bit from Crane and English. So basically, Hasfield's chance of getting a 1-2 is impossible. The chance to get a podium is impossible now, unless you can really improve in the next couple of laps. Now on board with Chris English, he could make a move on Crane, going down the embankment. Here comes Chris English, really close to Simon Crane. Right. 25 laps to go. Chris English is really closing up on him. Chris English has got all the grip in the world. Trying to get past Crane. Only 4 laps to go. Arn's just completed. Needs another lap. Let's see what's going on behind them. Batnick's still in 4th. Husfeld is in 5th below, a little bit unhappy after his spin and nearly taken down poor Batnick. But he has a chance to retake 4th position. He's only got about 4 laps to go, so he's got plenty of time. Behind him is Kevin Mass, who's really improved on his time, and also there's Jan Titz and Christian Bram. Andy Horton is still in. Oh, he's been after that incident just now. He's just moved down a bit, down to 10th from the Quatermass Motorsport car of Max Spooner. Andy Horton therefore is down in 10th. 11th is Alan Mead. Jim Self or Swiss Motion is now down in 12th, unless he can make a move on Mead, which he does so precisely. Muller is in 13th. 14th is Matthew Lewis. 15th is Josh Dant, and 16th is Josh Anderson, who has another issue with his hood. He missed it. He just had an incident earlier, taking out his hood. The battle between Husfield and Batnick and English and Crane is really heating up. Only 3 laps to go. Because English knows he is faster than Crane. He just needs to give him a little bit more welly through these last couple of laps. few laps to go from Hahn's perspective. But Daniel Hahn is a little bit under pressure at the moment from Simon Crane as he goes to lap Joshua Anderson. A really badly broken cotton mass motorsport. Mansfield is now up into fourth, following his another overtaking maneuver on Paul Badnick. Kevin Masters is in sixth, seventh is Jan Titz, pushing around eighth. Spooner is in ninth, with Andy Horton rounding out the top 10. Andy Horton is really, really close to Spooner. As Hahn begins his last lap. Only one more lap to go for Daniel Hahn. Let's have a look at any close battles at the moment before the race goes off. We got a battle between Horton's made another mistake, and therefore he's been dropped out of the top 10, courtesy of Mr. Jim Self. He's now in ninth. Wait a minute, Horton is still in the top 10. He just dropped down from ninth after another incident with the wall there. As Daniel Hahn is now coming up to the Hotties hairpin, goes around the that corner for the last time in race 2 today to take his second win here today. 2 consecutive wins on the trot for Daniel Hahn after the half points drop. Simon Crane is in second, third going to English, fourth is Hutsfeld, fifth is Paul Badnick, Masters in sixth, seventh comes Jan Titz, seventh is Max Spooner, Jim Self follows behind him in ninth, 10th is Andy Horton, Alan Mead is in 11th, 12th will go to Christian Bram. He's going to come across the line now. Andy Muller is coming across the line as well. So does Matthew Lewis. A really disappointing performance for Lewis. And since Anderson has already crossed the line since he's been lapped already, Jostan is the last one to cross the line here today. So, what a race. Right, back in a sec for race 3. Don't go away. Right guys, we are about to go into the final race here in London for the final race here today. Yay. So we're just waiting for everyone to line up on the grid. Okay, so this is what the grid position will be like. In pole position we have Mr. Max Spooner. In second place it's Jan Tits. Third position will be Mr. Kevin Mass. Now the grid position was basically a reversed reversed of the top 8 positions, so those were the following. In fourth position is Nicholas Podadnik. Then it is Matt Husfeld in. Sorry if I spelled that wrong. Husfeld is in 5th. 6th is Chris English. 7th Simon Crane, and then the winner from the last 2 races, Daniel Hahn, is in 8th. The rest is what is as normal. Jim Self is in 9th, with Andy Horton in 10th. Alan Mead in 11th. Christian Bram is in 12th position. 13th place will go to Alex Muller, ahead of Matthew Lewis, who had a really terrible race last time out in 14th. 15th will go to Pascal Jostans, and the last man on the grid is Mr. Joshua Anderson. So just waiting for everyone to get onto the grid. Just being that process there. Okay, so everyone is getting into their grid slots now. And the final race here in London, race 3, anything can happen. Lights out, and away we go. Max Spooner has made a dreadful start compared to both the insignias just right beside him, and it's a really close call as they go down towards the Westminster corner, and basically Kevin Mass has come out on top. We predicted that Kevin Mass was going to win this, at least one of these races when it comes to London, and right now he's currently leading on the moment as the Spooner goes wide to make way for Jan Tits and Chris English. Yeah, Kevin Mass is in the lead after the first lap to be completed, so Kevin Mass leads ahead of Spooner, Tits, English, Crane, Mead, Lewis, Horton, Self, Bram, Jostand, Hahn and Pobadnik. Pobadnik has really lost some ground there. Chris English has nearly lost it there through that plaza complex. Johnston and Tits nearly lost it there. Max Spooner back into second position, or does he? No, they both made contact. They both made contact. Yep, feeling his frustration through breaking out the lights. So as a result, both English and Crane are back in second and third, hopefully for another of their tireless efforts to get into their own positions. Jan Tess is in fourth. Fifth is Jim Self on a real improvement for Swiss Motion. And I think that improvement may have gone away since he just touched Tits. And now he's finding himself behind the Kitty Litter Racing of Andy Horton. Max Spooner is trying to take out Tits. He's going badly wrong there for the Quatermass motorsport car. Slamming against the wall. Not going to help him at all. As he's now side by side with Christian Bram. And Christian Bram passes him with ease. Next up is Andy Horton for him to overtake. Nope, looks like Bram has succeeded in his place to Spooner. Spooner moves ahead of him. Kevin Mass dominating at the front as always. 4 laps in. There's only 13 cars in this race at the moment. That's a bit strange. Matthew Lewis is in 12 at the moment behind Alan Mead and Andy Horton. well. 9 laps to go, and oh! Daniel Hahn in a little bit of a unwise move there between him and Matthew Lewis. Any battles going on? At the moment. Oh yeah, there's one battle between Jim Self and Mr. Matthew Spooner. And Jim Self nearly passed Matthew Spooner with ease as Andy Horton goes into barriers once again. Self was really close to Spooner. Gone wide there, so himself makes a move on him. Doesn't not make it. Only 7 laps to go out of 15. We're near a halfway distance for the final race this round in London. And himself makes another move on Spooner, which seems to be a little bit of success and a little bit of touch there. Mercedes power versus Ford power. And Mercedes power is really trying to prove itself. Looking at the back, there's more battles going on as the winner from the past 2 races, Daniel Hahn, is now in last, behind Josh Dance, who's just managed to get past. Yep, he's got past him. And now he's got Paul Baddick just right in front of him, and also does Alan Mead and Matthew Lewis. With Horton, Spooner and Self just right in front of him, so does Bram, Tits, Crane, English, and finally at the front of Mr. Kevin Mass. 6 laps to go, we're now at a halfway distance. So only about 6 more laps of this to go. Any more close battles happening in a moment? Yep. Between Horton and Spooner. Spooner lost his fight to Self, and now he's under threat from the Welshman Spooner. And Spooner's gone wide once again, but he's still keeping in position. Horton is right neck and neck between himself and Lewis, as Lewis manages to overtake him, but for how long? Because Lewis has been spending the last 2 races, including this one, at the back of the pack. Though Lewis is keen to improve. Only 5 laps to go. Spooner's gone wide once again. This time Lewis capitalises on his mistake. Tries to capitalise. This is real close action here in London. Lewis tries once again. Max goes wide. And he makes the move, and yep, there he goes. Horton also tries to make a move on him as well, so does Alan Mead. But they're both blocked behind the Quatermass motorsport car as they go 3 abreast down into the Hotties hairpin, and basically Mead is the nope, he's gone a little bit wide. They are going to get involved in a crash. We just know it sometime soon, as they now go 4 abreast. This time with Daniel Hahn in the wings. This is the widest part of the track, remember. 4 laps to go as they go 4 abreast into the Westminster corner. One of them's going to come out on top, and that is Max Spooner still. There's real close battle on the back. Let's go further back up front. No battles at the moment. Basically, Kevin Mass just running with it already. So the closest battle at the moment is between 8th and 12th place, which is between Max Spooner, Andy Horton, Alan Mead, and Daniel Hahn. And Max Spooner is keeping it out of his way. 3 laps to go. Third place, 3 laps to go. Kevin Mass still leading, only 2 laps to go. Chris English is in second, with Simon Crane in 3rd. 4th is Bram, 5th, Self 6 is Lewis, ahead of Tits, Spooner, Hahn. No, close, there's nearly close there. Paul Matnick is in this 9th, and Horton is in 10th, with Daniel Hahn just right behind him and in 11th. So what's happened to Self? That is the most important question. himself is now in fifth, but he's lost his front bumper. That is going to be a little bit awkward for him. Lewis is improving despite starting at the back of the grid. And now the close battle will ensue between English and Crane. Only about one more lap to go when Mass crosses the line anytime now. Yep, one more lap to go. So English must go for second place if he wants to remain himself as a championship contender. Kevin Mass still in first with so we just found out that Mead has actually retired from the race. Kevin Mass is only about a couple of corners away now. While we look at this battle between English and Crane, looks like Crane might be able to take second place. Any battles going on? Oh, there was a little bit of an incident there, and therefore Lewis is actually a little bit slower now. He's gone. He's really just been overtaken by Tits as Kevin Mass now comes around the final corner to take his first victory of the first one of the half points drop. His first victory of the half points drop. He comes home first place in the last race here in London. And here comes Simon Crane to take second place. Basically a good race for him, not a good race for Lewis. He comes home in second place. Third is Chris English. Fourth is Christian Bram. Fifth comes home Mr. himself. Jan Titz is in sixth. Seventh is Matthew Lewis. Eighth, Max Spooner. Ninth, Nicholas Podbadnik. Then it is Horton as Podbadnik has gone a little bit far. Oh! Not the way to go out. Oh, and they're both on fire. As Daniel Hahn comes home in 11th. Justin comes home in 12th position, and basically that is the end of the race. So if we can, we're just going to get some quick interviews. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we got the first of our interviewers here today. Basically, basically one of my co-commentators before the half points drop, and basically
User joined your
one of the most
channel.
unluckiest man in the race, Mr. Max Spooner. Hello, Max.
User joined your channel.
Max.
User was moved out of your channel.
It is obviously disappeared.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt. So while we're waiting for Max.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Max to
User joined your channel.
While we're waiting for Max to
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay.
User was moved out of your channel. User joined your channel.
Okay, so basically we got.
User left your channel.
Oh dear, we got basically different people moving out in and out of the channel. Right, back in a sec. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we got to Mr. Matthew Lewis, who is basically one of the most unluckiest man here in London. So hello, Matt.
Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't blow up as many engines as Max did tonight.
So please tell me what happened in both race 2 and race 3.
User was moved to your channel.
Do you know what? I can't remember what happened in race 3. Race 2, I just hit the pit wall. I was following Chris
User
Brown
left
quite
your
closely,
channel.
and he swerved at the last minute, and I didn't quite make it. So there we go. That was that race. In race 3, I started at the back anyway, so
And
just had to make my way through.
Yeah. But though in race 3 you were really improving, weren't you? Until the last that last lap incident. What happened in that last lap?
Well, I got caught up in somebody else's incident about halfway through into turn 1, and then on the last lap, just getting by Jim, just squeezed me a little bit into the walls. Nothing particularly too bad, but yeah, just enough to catch the wall and sort of half spin, and there we go.
So this must be one of the most unluckiest weekends for you. But are you willing to improve it when you go to the next round?
I've had worse.
So are you willing to improve at the next round?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't get much time practice this week, so it's been a fun evening, so it's not too bad. But no, it's been a fairly bad week off track, so didn't have much chance to get a feel for it tonight. But yeah, we'll see what the next round holds.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt, and I shall see you at the next round, which will be on. Let me just check.
I remember.
Yeah, that's why I'm just checking the schedule. Okay, the next round will be a day straight after my birthday in Donington on the 25th of April.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll see you there in 2 weeks.
Cool. Here's one.
Okay.
User left your channel.
Okay, so back in a second.
User was moved to your channel.
Okay, so I got Mr. Alan Mead here. Hello, Alan.
User left your channel.
No, wait, he's gone now. He's just basically moving everywhere at this moment in time.
User was moved to your channel. User left your channel.
Okay, we're just waiting for basically an actual interview at the moment. The only one.
User was moved to your channel.
Okay, so we got Mr. Max Spooner here. Hello, Max. Okay, Max is basically not talking at the moment. So we'll just try and get one more interview if we can.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, so we'll just try and we'll just try and find someone else in it. So back in a bit. Okay, so another man we got here today is basically the winner from both races 1 and 2, Mr. Daniel Hahn. Hello, Dan.
Yeah, hi Ron.
So, so basically, first of all, congratulations on your wins in race 1 and race 2, and another question. Basically, what happened in race 3? Why did you saw a little bit falling behind a bit? I mean, you were at the back before, but race 3 was a little bit terrible for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed. First corner, I got a good line. Was all the way already accelerating, and maybe have gotten another position uh, through turn 2. But yeah, I got clipped on the back and then rolled over. So I was last, about 5 seconds behind the field. But yeah, I could close the gap, but in the midfield there's so much fighting going on. You can't really push your way through. Especially with 45 kilos, where on the straights everybody is just driving by like you have a different car. So there's not much I could do. I had a little contact with Alan very close to the end, where he just, from my point of view, he just braked and turned into my line. And under braking, there's so much you can do. Only I was away from the field and only one lap to go, so just cruised home.
And do you think you might improve on your your mistakes when you come to Donington on the 25th?
Yeah, London is always a good track for me, but I think with the mod redesign lately, it really helped to getting the car forward. I mean, both cars, a front row lockout in the qualifying and a 1-2 in race 1. I think that's quite good, and we hope, obviously, Mats and I, to improve on that in the future races.
Yeah. So we'll let you get on with your evening, and we'll see you at Donington.
Yeah, see you.
See you.
User left your channel.
Okay, so so thank you very much for watching me, and weather report is coming up in a sec, but until next time, see you all at Donington. Ta-ra. But still stay on this live broadcast when we go to the weather report. including Scotland. Rain will come in around the western islands of Scotland, although it will be much more clear everywhere else. The clouds will be most likely to be in actually the north of England, also mostly in Scotland and Northern Ireland, but everywhere else, including Wales and most parts of England, they remain clear. Top temperatures is 12 degrees in London with lows of 8 in Manchester and Cardiff. Into Saturday morning, the rain will move a little bit downwards south, although the sun will break up in some parts of Scotland. However, the cloud will increase in most parts of England and Wales, most likely to be around Humberside, Humberland, and Lancashire. Top temperatures is 12 degrees in London with lows of 9 in Edinburgh, Manchester, and Cardiff. Into Saturday afternoon, the weather will deteriorate a bit more, although the rain will gradually move away from the United Kingdom. Most sunshine will appear around the north, around Cumbria, and some parts of Scotland, but the rest of the UK will remain cloudy. Top temperatures is 13 degrees in London, with lows of 10 in Edinburgh. And that's the weather forecast. With the time approaching midnight, just want to thank you very much for watching me, and I shall see you tomorrow. But until then, thanks for watching, take care, good night, North Star. And don't forget you have your 4 main radio stations throughout the night. There is Radio City from Liverpool, Point FM from Real, Heart Radio from Wrexham, and from Manchester, Real Radio, and Speaker Web Radio to help you out for the night with the world frequency. Sorry I didn't do the weather report for the last couple of days, but I have been busy, so please bear with me for that. But no, for right now, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to turn this live stream and your monitor off. Good night, North Star.